You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we knew this was going to happen. We knew at some point they were going to step in to defend Caleb Williams, and I'm talking about the woke sports media, the very sports media that once handed Cam Newton a MVP trophy, all the while he held a 58% completion percentage for the season. Not 68%, 58%. The very same media that decided to go out there and lovingly embrace Deshaun Watson getting $230 million, fully guaranteed, even though he had allegations all over the place. He's still got to go to court. He's still going to court. Or Lamar Jackson wanting a fully guaranteed contract. Or how about awarding Lamar Jackson 2 MVP trophies? That very same sports media is now coming to the defense of Caleb Williams. Now, keep in mind, a lot of the criticism he's gotten has been strictly on performance. Dan Orlovsky, the GOAT, Greg Cosell. And then, of course, Merrill Hodge, NFL Films. I mean, look, those last two in particular, when it comes to quarterbacks, they tend to get it right. Well, enter in the woke sports media. Because now, oh my goodness, we're coming to the defense of Caleb Williams. Keep in mind, a guy that it's getting a lot of sort of confirmation that there have been rumblings out there about Caleb Williams wanting ownership stake in an NFL team. Or how about I won't turn in my medicals for all NFL teams? I mean, who cares if a team that's, let's say 25th in the draft decided they wanted to trade the farm up to 1 to get Caleb Williams? Well, we can't do that. We don't have the medicals. Because he only wanted to give medicals eventually to any team that he thinks is going to be drafting him. You got other people. You got 2 Super Bowl champions, Amani Toomer and Robert Mathis, came right out and said that quarterback can't lead men on the field after they watched him crawl into the stands and cry with his mama after a loss. Or how about his performance versus top 25 defenses? How about a 3-time Pro Bowler, Taylor Lewan, saying the guy acted like the combine like he was better than everybody else? These are red flags, and they're legitimate red flags. And no, they're not coming from NFL agents. But the woke sports media is swooping in now, trying to save Caleb Williams. And this is only going to get worse. He's about to be propped up over however many years of this guy's career by this woke sports media trying to defend him. Any criticism, and I promise you it will become about race at some point. They will call every person a racist if they criticize Caleb Williams. If somebody's black and criticizes them, well, I'm sure there'll be an Uncle Tom. But you know what I mean. It's no secret, this is awful announcing, that executives, agents, and handlers control the sports narrative with leaks and commentary behind the scenes. But the animosity towards number 1 prospect Caleb Williams and his handling of the draft process leading up to the NFL draft has been particularly questionable. Why? Why is it questionable? Why can you not come out and criticize and or question anything these guys do? I mean, nobody's above criticism. I don't give a rip who you are. Defending Williams' approach and the care his family is trying to maximize his influence, sports podcaster and ESPN personality Pablo Torre called out NFL media for allowing agents' opinion to turn the narrative against Williams. What about all these people that are not agents? And by the way, do you realize the shit show that the Baltimore Ravens had to deal with because Lamar Jackson did not have an agent? Instead, he had his mama doing his negotiations for him. It turned into a complete farce, a circus, of which, by the way, a lot of people say that Lamar Jackson could have played in that playoff game and decided not to. because of his contract. I understand. We can't confirm that, but boy, it was coming out in a lot of different places. There was a lot of smoke. Pablo Torre, by the way, he's one of the worst, along with Mina Kimes, which there's a clip from, focused on coverage of Williams' father, Carl, who managed his son's career so far because Williams hasn't hired an agent and allowed his family to control the process. It's logical that many NFL agents are tipping reporters in a negative way. All right. Quote, Carl Williams has been framed as largely a quack, as of course, anonymous agents who leak to reporters would like to make him about to be because he's not hiring an agent, and he's coming for the status quo that they profit off of, Pablo Torre said. Williams waited until the deadline day to declare for the draft. He avoided television interviews and did not throw at the NFL Combine. A recent report from Colin Cowherd indicated that Williams did not want to play for the Chicago Bears. Look, there's still rumors that he really wants to play for the Washington Commanders, not the Bears. That's still burning out there. I did a video on it this week. Before Williams' circle got in his ear denying it. Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk suggested Williams could seek an ownership stake in the team that drafts him. Torre also mocked how coverage has been so negative towards Williams despite the fact that one could easily see his diligence ahead of his career as a positive. Quote, it's funny the idea in scouting that you're trying to psychoanalyze all these prospects you might pay 9 figures to. And the trait that Caleb Williams and his family are exhibiting is extraordinarily detailed and sophisticated, understanding how they're trying to attack a defense right now, Torre noted. The defense just happens to be the institutional status quo of the sport itself rather than the linebacker lining up across from him. Guest Mina Kimes of ESPN said nobody at the Combine would fully explain their issue with the Williams' approach, backing up Torre's theory that the criticism is not genuine. It is.
There's a revolutionary aspect to it, or if there's any sort of sea change, I would say this, coming from Indy, it's the fact that this has transcended Caleb Williams. None of the top 3 quarterbacks did much at the Combine. Heck, Jayden Daniels wasn't measured, but none of them did the throwing drills. Caleb, I believe, his statement on he didn't do medicals for every team because the reasoning was, well, not every team's gonna have a shot at me. Like, when I visit with teams, I'll do the medicals. But it went beyond Caleb. You really felt like a sea change with all these top quarterbacks. And that, to me, feels a little bit different. Now, that's certainly not grabbing your power on the scale of, demanding a trade or asking for equity, which is a huge facet of the story, or, questioning the rookie wage scale. But it is a small revolution nonetheless, and one that every single personnel person at the Combine, agent who I talked to, didn't really have a case for why they shouldn't do it this way. He has been portrayed to me in the press, the Combine, as, staged out, over-involved. Wow, how crazy it is that he's demanding this. But if you took this Athletic article, which kind of outlines the actual things that his Caleb Williams stat has asked about, not even like demanded, but just kind of inquired about, and you presented all of those things to anyone outside of our sport, I think to a man, they would all agree this is eminently reasonable. Oh, imagine this was like the tech industry and your son was invented some sort of product that every company wanted. And if you were going to all these companies, your Facebooks, your Twitters, and you said, yeah, he would like equity, he would like some control over his contract, he doesn't want to go through your song and dance, nobody would question any of that.
Okay, I'm going to pause that right there. No, I would not expect my parents to be involved with decisions with my career, by the way, in the way that she's talking about. I never have. I'm 48 years old. I never went to my folks and was like, hey, can you help me negotiate this salary with this corporate company I'm trying to go to work for and be a manager? They would look at me like I was crazy. the company would immediately take me out of the running for the job, and I don't blame them because I'm not trying to bring my mommy and my daddy to work with me. That's what she brings up other industries. That's crazy. It would be highly frowned upon in any industry I've ever been around, any career. So yeah, let's just stop that. Stop that. It's a fascinating dynamic. For years, anyone who shakes up normal business in sports has been ostracized. No, but I'm going to tell you what it does do, and this is going to be an NFL quarterback for your billion-dollar franchise. It certainly does present a sense of entitlement when you have done nothing in the NFL yet. You see, everybody comes in the league is basically even for the most part. I mean, we see it all come out in the wash. Brock Purdy's a 7th-round pick, and Trey Lance is mopping the floors for the Dallas Cowboys as the 3rd-string quarterback. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Look how fast the 49ers moved him out and raised up the 7th-round pick. I mean, the Bears can take him, but if they end up looking up 2 years from now and they've taken a flyer on a 4th-round pick and he's out playing Caleb, guess who's going to ride the bench? It's not that 4th-round pick. It won't matter. It won't. It's a performance business, and we have found out, and we've seen fractures in how strong or how much conviction and fire this kid's got after hard losses. The league is as much about the mental game as the physical game. And odds are you're going to lose a lot of games in your first couple of years. Can you mentally handle it? Or are you going to turn into Ryan Leaf or Jamarcus Russell? I mean, there's a reason why these processes are in place and they're psychoanalyzed, because there's millions upon millions of dollars at stake. Excuse me if I want some medicals and I want you to go out there and throw some balls around. My bad. No. It's unbelievable. I knew this would start. I've been waiting on it. I was like, at what point is the media going to jump in to defend all of this crap, all of this behavior? You know, there's a reason why the NBA's ratings have plummeted. Never mind all the political crap they got a hold of. Their athletes are so unlikable now, nobody wants to watch them. And it's because the NBA has turned into a very me-first league. Me. And every NBA player is like a diva wide receiver. Well, if every NFL player ends up being like that, they're going to lose a lot of viewers. Because people got tired of seeing them on their television, so they cut the NBA off. It is what it is. I mean, I'm telling you. People don't like that crap. Hardworking Americans don't want to watch anybody that thinks they're entitled to anything, because you're just a sports athlete. That's all. Sorry, you're not a hero. We're not propping you up. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.